What's up guys, Jordan from Bennett's Customs. We are back on another episode and we are working on the Radial Flyer. This one's going to be exciting. It's kind of finally get my hands on creating a full custom stainless exhaust for Radial Motion's 3-cylinder radial motor. If you guys haven't been watching this series, this motor is manufactured and created from Bespoke Engineering over in South Australia. It's a 2-liter, 3-cylinder, outrageous looking, beautiful piece of art. And we've put one in the back of a split window combi van. It's mounted, and what I want to do now is create a really cool, one-off, very original exhaust system for it. So let's get into it. Here's the plan. We have the main motor bolted in with the transmission into the van itself. This way I can sort of use the mock-up motor to design and create the exhaust, and then we can kind of use this as reference. This is a 3-cylinder, as mentioned. This is kind of the back part of it where your transmission would bolt up to, and on the top of these jugs on the back are the 3 exhaust ports. Now, this would traditionally be a 3 exhaust system. With this one, with the whole sort of aircraft theme inspired little small bits that we are doing with this van itself, I want to create an exhaust that would, you know, kind of pay a little bit of homage to sort of an early aircraft, maybe even like a P-51, where they sort of come out the side. So at each port that comes out, I want to split this into 2 and then have 6 pipes coming out the back where the bumper will kind of sit along here. What I also want to do too is, if you can see that is just flared. I just used the press. I'm going to show you how I did that. It took me a couple seconds and it turned out amazing. So what we have here is 10 bends of each size, both 90 degrees and 45. They are 1.75" or 44.5 mil. It is 316 stainless. I think traditionally they would use 1.5" on a lot of these exhaust systems that I've seen. I wanted to go just a little bit bigger, and we're going to make some, well, we kind of already have pre-made flanges that we're going to modify a little bit. Obviously need to split this one into 2 and bring it down sort of both sides. Peter Piper, pumpkin eater. Boom, bum, bum, boom, bum. Where's our port? Like that. And then like that. On both sides. Straight down. All right, so I've decided to go with the sort of 45-degree angle right off the bat, and then we're going to transfer that into another 45. You'll kind of get what I'm saying when I put it on there, but we're just trying to give it a nice little bit of flow rather than just some real big 90 degrees kind of hanging off the side of the motor. We'll do it. Just want to make sure I'm doing it opposite this side. So I took this. Obviously, stainless is not magnetic, so our magnetic base for the degree finder will not stick to it. But that is okay. We can use some tape. So I will tape this down, making sure that it is nice and tight, utilizing this piece. And this will stay flush on. We know that these are machined done, so we know that they are perfectly square and 90 degrees to the material. That we run our Sharpie. And I'm just doing this just so when I go to scribe it with our surface gauge, that we will be able to see our line and it's nice and accurate. That should be enough. And this just comes off with your acetone or metho or whatever you're using to clean your steel. So now I'm going to sit this in. I'm going to clamp it just on the end so that I know it stays at a true 90 degrees off the bottom. And I'm just going to get that sort of mocked in. So we're at 44.9 degrees right now. Let me just run this guy. Put the Sharpie on the wrong side, but that's okay. All right, so we have 44.9 degrees. I'm happy with that. This is our surface gauge with our nice little scribe on the end. This is set to half the diameter of this. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my table and I'm just gonna scribe along our end, keeping the surface gauge flush and flat to the table. And then I'll bring it around this side, making sure I'm getting all of our angles. And make sure that we do have a nice visible scribe line. Yep, which we do, which is excellent. Beautiful. So after removing both these pieces, we could even put those together for something. I never throw these away. I always keep them. A little scoop for something. Don't know. Put them in the little stainless scrap pile. So now we have both of these trimmed, and I will kind of give them a little bit more of a finish, but I just want to show you what we were trying to create. But it immediately splits and goes into 45 degrees both ways. So if we take this over to the motor, and then we can now trim this back to get it closer to the motor. But if we had it sitting like that, then we can run a 45-degree angle off here, and then we can drop a 90-degree down. So it just sort of flows a little bit better, kind of hugs around the transmission area where we need it to, and we have a lot of adjustment, being able to sort of remove material here and here if need be, but you sort of get the idea of what I'm trying to achieve here. biggest thing I want to work out now prior to moving forward with the rest of this is the tailpipes themselves, because I want to have that all lined up, maybe even sort of tacked into place in order to build the rest of the pipe to it. Over here, it's probably kind of hard to see, but I've done a layout of the bumper along here, and I went and held this up, tried to figure out how much kind of stick out I wanted for the end of the exhaust. And you know, there's a bit of, obviously quite a bit of curve to that rear bumper. And I wanted these originally to come out straight. And then I was like, you know, if I wanted to keep with the aircraft theme, you know, those P-51s, sort of everything was on that 45-degree angle. They were kind of slash cut. And so what I'm gonna do is I've actually taken quite a few of our little small 45-degree bends. I've cut them in half. Now we're at 22.5 degrees. And what I want to do is weld these on, and that is going to be sort of the little step. And once those are all lined up, I've got everything measured out here, and I'm just going to use this as a backing, and I'm going to get these all lined up, and then I'll get my spacing right. All right, this is the exciting part. We got our 6 tailpipes here. I just made sure that the finish on them was really nice around the area where they were cut with the cold saw. And the way I'm coning these is, I have this little piece here, and this is just an attachment for part of the rotor assembly from across the street. And the boys just had sort of surplus pieces like this. And I saw it right away and went, holy cow. So I'll just put a little bit of lube in here just to help it out. That, we stick it in here, get it centered nice and square off the plate. And we'll just add some pressure. And I just kind of allow just a small amount of pressure, but enough where I can spin it just so I know that my bottom is sitting flush on the table. And now we can go through. So we're at about 5 tons, 4.5 tons and there's a little lip right on the edge, and I just go until that lip makes contact to it. And if I do that on all 6, I know that they're going to be really even. Just a little bit more right there. We'll release our pressure. Pull this out. And there we have our awesome flare. And right in the section here where it's obviously welded through, you get a tiny little bit of a dip, but if those sit down at the bottom, you won't even see it. You're just gonna see that top bit. But there's our nice little flare tip, so dig that. 2, and 1, and 2, and 3. Okay, let's tack these. Let's a tacky taka dis a ding a do a da ding 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 ding. Ring a ding ding. Thanks for the bling. Where's my filler wire? Where's my filler wire? No, I think that's probably good. So there's our shape. And then that, if we walk over, we'll go something like this, which is going to be really cool. All right, so one thing we want to do is we got our little order of our small 1 3/4 V-bands, which are really neat. But what I want to do is I've just kind of fixed this down to the table. I'm going to use a square. Once that's square, I will just tack this in a few places, and then we can connect our V-band with our other side. And then from here, we can start to build the rest of the exhaust. But then if both these are on like that, then this piece can just be fitted to the motor, and then both sides can come up from behind and be able to bolt into it rather than it being one piece, almost like a wishbone. And it's going to be really tricky to sort of navigate in there. So I'll probably end up making this whole setup out of quite a few pieces. So. Yes, square both ways. So what I'm thinking is I still really want to be able to utilize building this setup on that mock-up motor. It'll be a lot easier to sort of hold pieces up other than having this up on the hoist. As you can see, I've taken it off. We've actually moved the hoist. Hoist used to be right in that little area there, and the hoist is now at the back of the shop where it has been several times. I think this might be like number 7 or 8 that the hoist has moved in this workshop. So until we move into our new workshop, that is where it's going to stay. Don't quote me on that. Could always change. But as you see, too, we have some new tools in the workshop. Brought to you by Hare & Forbes. Massive thank you to them as well. We're awaiting a large new one that I won't give it away too much yet because I'm very excited, and we'll probably do a video on it as well. But anyways, back to the motor. What I'm thinking is this is sort of their little machined welded in sort of jig or mount that holds the motors in the really nice box that these come in that you have seen before. And what I want to try and do is utilize these brackets, if I can, potentially maybe the whole entire mount, but I want to be able to fix this up underneath the motor. And from here I can weld some outriggers that will come out and they'll actually pick up on the jig that we have made that kind of bolts under here. That way I can remove this from the motor that's staying here, bolt it to the mock-up motor, and these pipes will sort of float in midair, but where they need to be. If I detach this, I'm hoping that now everything will come off as one piece. So that now can be fixed to the other motor, and I have a reference of exactly where the tailpipes need to go. Fantastic. Fantastic. You can tell our special guest is having a lot of fun in our workshop.
Carl, first coffee in the shop, right? Cheers.
Oh, cheers!
Fucking coffee there.
This is fucking good coffee too.
Yow! How'd the blender go, man?
Good. Well, you tell me.
Check that
What
out.
it tastes like.
Perfect. Yeah, it's real good.
Look at that. Japan's Customs make it custom.
Etched in. Full etched. Look, it looks just like you. Uncanny, really.
It does, really?
Uncanny.
Bennett's. Would say. Josh is here. Cameo Josh.
Oh, see? You kind of jumped a little bit.
I didn't scare him for a while.
I get scared easy, yeah.
Work to be done.
Who did that?
Ross Darby.
Ross
Cheers, Ross.
That's cool.
gave them to us.
How's he etched in?
Yeah, it's like a laser
I
etch.
think it's an intergalactic laser beam.
And then he puts the colors into it. He gave them to us at the car show,
Too cool.
which was really neat. Nice little surprise.
That is cool. In the shop now.
Sure makes your coffee mug look like shit, doesn't it?
Hey, don't do smoke reversing, man.
Yeah. All right, so now you can see what I was trying to do. And now I'm at the point where I'd like to tack our two splits on either side as well. And then from here, we can kind of work out how we're gonna get the bends to the tailpipes themselves. If that one were to come down and then dog leg, I could just nip those off. That's all it needs to cover. And then we could go straight to there. That would work. So let's put these on a 90 degree and tack them on. Let's do it. And then we can say we've done something. Yes. Bird. Yeah.
Oh, this is laser cut. It's like intergalactic, this one.
Yeah, man.
It's made from the laser beam.
Yemen.
Get it.
Do you guys remember where Yemen's from? Remember Friends? Chandler Bing was fucking seeing Janice.
Oh yeah, and he f***ed off to Yemen.
And he fucked off to Yemen.
Yeah, for a couple of fucking
Uh,
couple months.
classic Yemen fuck off.
Wow.
Wow.
So much. I'm just gonna go live in a country I know nothing about. Been there.
Where are you going? Yemen. Deep galactic man. Come over here for a second. Can you hold that at 90 degrees? I'm gonna TIG there.
You're gonna take right on my
I'm gonna
hand?
TIG your hand.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, it's probably pretty hard to do, eh?
No, I'm just gonna fucking. I'll get it. No, going the wrong way.
This is gonna be hard to do, isn't it?
No. You'll get a tack on it, and then we'll do the
Pull.
decimal adjusters. You know, right there. Hit a tack.
Right there.
Let her rip, tater chip.
Got it, sorta. That is a good sorta though, because I sorta only got it. It's because I got the long piece on.
Boom. Hit it and quit it. Wow, it's hot. It's not burning me at all.
Good enough? Close enough?
Definitely good enough because your flange even has the little bit of plan perfectly.
Flangela?
Perfect!
Phalangula? Okay. Where's the other split? Here it is, right here. Ya, oh ha, oh ha.
Just love making your life hard with this one, don't you?
With what?
Just
With-
like splitting 3 into 6.
Yeah, I know. Could have just made, well,
It's
you
gonna
know.
be so cool looking though.
Yeah.
Cool sounding too.
Cool sounding. Cool runnings.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna try and tape this to there, so
Tape it up?
probably a little bit easier.
Probably more like these.
Like these? No, more like these. Like these. Super high-tech stuff right there. Hopefully that's sort of aligned where we want it. Might just bump up my apps.
Yeah, just so you can do tracks quicker.
Yeah.
Would be ideal.
120?
Idealistic.
One. It's just hard. It's not that hard.
That's what she said.
So you tell me when.
Go for a rip.
Go for a rip. Tell me, Juan.
Rip it.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Have a look at it. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Look at that.
Set in there. Set it. That's pretty cool, though.
So you're just gonna go.
Yeah. Yep. Something like that. Yeah, because I got 70 mil of clearance from here to, so from like where it hits the adapter plate. So it's actually right on the edge of where that hole starts. So even if I cut these off, or probably,
Sweet.
and then,
So you can just go like these.
yeah, and then go straight into that guy, this guy, to this guy, this guy, to this guy. I think. Yeah. It's gonna look pretty wild. And then I got two V-bands here so that this can be fitted like once the motor's in there. So then these will be two different. And then probably don't need to run flex pipes. And if I need to run more V-bands, I can if need be. Yep. My name is Jav, or a straight edge.
Yep.
Hold on a sec. Yahtzee! Yahtzee! Yeah, yeah. Can you please measure? So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to hold it up sort of in line, and then that'll tell me how much I need to trim off that point. So if we could almost just tape those together and I could do it, but if you run it like this, so I know from there to the bottom of the rulers how much I need to trim off here to make that level with that.
That won't be the measurement because you're on an angle though. It'll be more than whatever you measure there. Right? This is on an angle.
Mm-hmm.
If you're measuring this distance, it'll actually be more because you're on an angle. Won't it?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You chop a car, you chop it straight down, you get 2 inches or 3 inches, right?
Mm-hmm.
That will not be accurate. But I guess you could figure it out on a piece of paper if you knew this angle. It's going to be more than whatever this measurement is. What I'm saying. Correct?
Think so.
Definitely. 1000%. You got 22 mil.
22 mil.
But I bet it's 30 by the time you're on an angle.
Right.
Or 26, or I don't know. It'll be
Because
more.
it's going to go like,
Because you're going in and down.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just the distance will be greater, right? Or do you actually think it'll be lower?
Well, no, like if you measure like the 22 mil here,
Yeah.
and you cut that off on the angle here, it won't be enough to drop you the 22 mil. Right? It'll end up being a little bit more.
Yeah, right.
If you want to be smoking accurate about it, you could like hold that piece there. I measure it. We actually put the angle finder on it, and then you could draw it on a piece of paper to 22 mil, and then the angle, and then that's the distance. Yes, no, maybe so.
No. I pick up what you're putting down. Yeah. Well, if you just run an edge off it the other way, sideways, just so I know how far out to go.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Holding.
Promise of heaven and the warning
Right
of hell.
there.
Take heed where you round
That's about it right there. Do you have a Sharpie on you?
Way up on the hillside, where the new flowers grow. Well, he met in the springtime, sunset.
Do you ever just get those urges to just yell?
Two star-crossed lovers.
You do?
In the still melting
Josh?
snow.
Come on, try it. Just a little one.
Where the loving was
Nice.
easy.
See, don't you feel better? Don't you feel better?
Courting was brief.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, they
Let it out,
called
mate.
her a bee.
Ah!
They called
Ah!
him a thief.
Tim!
In the quiet of
Timbuktu!
they'd steal.
Don't think, do!
Where the laughter would flow.
Okay, time has finally come, and when I say finally, I really mean it, because that was way too much arts and crafts, but this is how you do it. It's pretty amazing that this cardboard can be a template guide for the plasma cutter. And like when I first saw this on Jordan's channel, which you should check out, it's Bennett's Customs. They do stuff, and they're into those Fords. If you guys really like those, they're into those. But check this out. You can actually run this whole thing, and it works, and it doesn't burn up the board. It doesn't catch on fire. It does all the stuff. So we're gonna try that right now. And I do foresee that there will be some adjustments because we were going from like a steel pattern to a paper pattern. So I could see us needing to give it a little chop here and realign once we get the body mount holes put into it. But for the most part, I'm just going to cut the crap out of this skeleton of the entire floor for that Model A. It'll be...
This is Art Attack! Tura. Oh, Canada! I stand on God for thee. True patriot love. When all the sons command. With glowing hearts, see thee rise. True north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Just
difficult in my head.
Yeah, don't worry about anything else. Just that. Do we need to match up together there? So turn yours in. Yep. Something like that. Okay. I need a bit of filler there. I don't think I'll be able to get that. I'll probably burn a hole. You can just let go for a sec.
You know I look yellow when we lose control. I won't let you go. I won't let you go. You know I like it, yeah, I like all the moments we've had.
Like that, you know? Just like that.
Like these?
Oh, yeah!
And that's the way,
Make it stronger,
All right, so you saw we were able to get one side mocked up. Unfortunately, I had a few dramas with the welder, and we actually just fixed it, but we sort of ran out of time. So I'm gonna sort of close the video there, but I think you kind of get what I'm trying to do here. And in the next video, we will connect the rest of the 5 pipes, and I will fully weld them. I will back purge them. I'll show you how I'm gonna do that. And then we can kind of take this whole setup, remove it from the mock-up motor, install it into the van itself, and just, you know, get an overall look of how cool it's going to be. I think it's going to be really neat. I love it. We're just about to do our metal shaping sort of 2-day course, which is going to be exciting. So we've just got a little bit of a setup out back. Got the shade sail up and the barbecue. We're about to turn that on and cook up some schnaggers. And we've sort of set up the workshop a little bit better. We got a few shaping stumps here. We got a little island that we're going to be able to put a few sandbags and a few hammers out. And we got the kick shrinkers over there mounted. And sort of moving in, we got 2 of our English wheels, and then the power hammer, the other power hammer, the planishing. We're really set up. So we're just fine-tuning a few things. It's been a bit of a big day, sort of getting everything where we want it and locked in and everything built. But I'm really happy. I think it's going to be a really sort of neat opportunity for you know, Bennett's Customs, as well as everybody that's going to be joining in, and you know, see the master man Karl himself from Make It Custom, and go through the class. Yeah, a massive thank you again to Heron Forbes for always helping us out. They were kind enough to loan us another English wheel to help with this class. So yeah, they're always looking out for us, which is incredible. So thanks again, Rick. Big shout out to you. Hopefully you guys liked that video. Please like, subscribe, hit notifications, and we will see you next week on another episode of Bennett's Customs. Thanks very much, you guys.